Hello everyone, long time not see in the Meet the Pro video series. Thank you for your support all this while. In this new video, we have collected all the FAQ from our past clients in the past events. Hope it will help you during the wedding planning. For those who have not watched our previous video in our Meet the Pro video series, feel free to go to My Wedding Planner Company YouTube channel. There's a lot of the videos regarding the wedding planning tips.
Before we begin, let us introduce what are My Wedding Planner's vision. We wish to help couples to achieve their dream weddings regardless the wedding decoration skill, the budget of wedding. Because we believe every couple is deserved to have wedding planner to help them as long as they value our services. We are flexible and diversified. That is how we can realize wedding couples in different destinations within Malaysia or out of Malaysia. We can do interracial, intercultural, any wedding skills from intimate to luxury.
My Wedding Planner is also a platform for the younger generation who is passionate to be a wedding planner and who love to do wedding planning. In our company, we appreciate every individual contributions. We work in a team and as a family. So this is all about My Wedding Planner Company. Without further ado, let us start our FAQ video. Okay, let's start our first question. How shall a couple plan their wedding budget? When we advise couple planning their wedding budget, we will tell them 50% of the wedding budget will go to the venue selections. Usually, there are three types of venue that can be selected. One is Chinese restaurant, one is venue space, another one is hotel. So different type of venue, it comes with a different type of budgets. And it also depends on the location of the venue. Let's say in Klang Valley, so the venue budget will be higher compared to the location located in the outstations. Another point is about the capacity or the guests that you're going to invite. If you have a small wedding, such as 100 pax, of course, the wedding budget will be lower. But then if you go up to 1,000 pax, then the budget will be even higher. Lastly, about the venue is about cuisine. The cuisine that you selected is also will be impacted the wedding budget, such as the menu that you're going to select will use more premium ingredient. Then it also will increase the budget for the wedding. Then another half of the wedding budget usually will be spent in the vendor that you were going to engage. There are different price range of the vendor that are available in the markets, so for client to choose from. So as a wedding planner, usually we were trying to firstly sort out the venue budget with the couple, and then we will advise what are the price range in the market to let them know what type of vendors service they can choose from. It will be easier for them to control the budget in their mind. Lastly, is about the decoration service. Actually, nowadays, decorations can play a big role in the weddings. That's why it will make couples spend a lot of budgets in the decorations. So if you have a lower budget, remember always the decoration that you're going to engage need to be more simple and elegant. But if you love to have a very grand, elegant of decorations, then you need to have a higher budget to spend on it.
Second question, why vendor charge split day charges? If your wedding day is not a full day and you are having it 2 days consecutive or 2 days in the same week, usually vendors will charge split day. This is because the slot is being took up for half a day and they cannot take other jobs on the same day, and they will need to pay for the manpower separate day. Therefore, there will be a split day charges.
Third question, does wedding planner service includes decoration service? There are two types of wedding planner. One type of wedding planner, they have a team who doing decoration in-house. That's why they will provide decoration service as well. Like My Wedding Planner, our forte is only planning and coordinations. The reason why we don't do decoration service in-house is because we wish our couple have a flexibility to choose the decorator they wish to work with. And then we can brainstorm ideas among 3 parties and realize the couple dream weddings. Number 4, what are the factors that will impact the pricing structure of decorations? When we discuss the decorations with our decorator, usually they will advise us few of the factors which will impact the pricing structure. First is the venue space. Depends on how big is the venue that you are chosen. For example, when you want to renovate a bungalow house, you're going to spend a lot in the interior design as well as you're going to buy a lot of furniture. The same as when you work in a very big venue space, you need a lot of decoration to fill up. Compare a small venue space such as a glass house that can only fit up to 100 packs. Secondly, it's about how many flowers that you want to fill in and how much percentage in between the artificial flowers and the real flowers that you're going to use. Of course, if you use more real flowers, there's a lot of budget we're going to spend in the real flowers. Lastly, it's about the carpentry's work installation that needed for the weddings. I think nowadays you saw a lot of creative structures that are being built in the wedding foyer as well as the wedding ballroom. So there's a lot of structures will need a lot of effort for the carpentry works, will increase the budget and the pricing. That's why when you talk to the decorator, you have to understand where are you coming from and what are the theme and mood board you love, and then you have a clear understanding on how to work together with them.
When should we send out invitations and when shall we RSVP? You can send out the invitation as soon as your wedding date, venue, and other information are all confirmed, ideally 6 months before the wedding. An RSVP, you shall put 1 to 2 months before the wedding so that you have enough time to arrange your table list and also guest list. If you have overseas or outstation guests, we advise you to create Save the Date e-card. This is to tell your guests that your wedding date is this date and they will keep it free for you and be able to attend the wedding. It can be e-versions to save the budget. Do you advise couple to use RSVP website for registration purpose? Yes, recommended to use if your guests with proficiency to use. It is easy for your guests to respond their RSVP in the website. This is more systematic and also easy for you to trace their dietary information. Besides, you can customize the design, put in information like your love story and wedding photo to show your guests. If it's destination wedding, we highly recommend you to use it so that you can put in information like accommodations and travel information. If your guests are not proficient to use RSVP website or you want to use simple approach, you may send the design e-invitations via WhatsApp or email and RSVP the details via phone call or WhatsApp.
Question 7. What are the things we shall consider while we plan the seating layout plan such as Viking or round table? Firstly, you have to understand your guests, who they are. Because at the round table, the guests can easily interact with each other compared to the Viking table, which the left side cannot interact with the most right side. So it's not easy for the guests who love to chit-chatting, but they're sitting at the Viking table. But if let's say your guest is feel free to walk around and chit-chatting by themselves, then you can always consider the Viking table. So there's a lot of different type of Viking table you can consider and you can blend with, such as you can do a zigzag style, or you can do a Viking table along the walkway, or a mixture of Viking table and round table here and there. So it's important for you to review the guest list before you decide the seating layout plan. Secondly, it also depends on the venue size. A space for the round table of 10 packs actually equivalent to a set of Viking table for 6 packs only. That's why all the round tables can accommodate more guests compared to the Viking tables. When you plan the seating layout plan, always remember get advice from the venue management and discuss with the salesperson on how to work around with this seating layout plan.
Questions 8. Why do we need 2.5 to 3 hours to do bridal makeup nowadays? First of all, it's because of makeup artists need to handle the details of the makeup and hairdo as well as to assist the bride to wear their gown. Bridal makeup has to be very detailed and stay longer than usual makeup, therefore the makeup artist need more time to do the makeup foundation. Sometimes, photographer will do some preparation shots during the makeup sessions while the bride is in their bathrobe. Therefore, the time will be taken longer and to do the last touch-up and put on lipstick.
Question number 9. How shall we choose wedding gown and how many pieces to pick and who shall follow bride and groom for the fitting appointment? So let's separate between the ceremony and the dinner's receptions. So usually during the ceremony, bride will pick one type of gown. Usually go with the traditional type of gown, such as Chinese will go with hua, And then for other races, maybe they will go with white gown if let's say it's a church ceremony, or it's a Hindu sari or lenga for the Indian ceremony. For dinner reception, we will advise maximum 3 gowns because we don't want you spend all the time in the changing room and could not interact with the guests. Imagine this is only once in a lifetime kind of event. Your guests would love to interact with you, chit-chat with you, greeting with you and take photos with you. So it's important to keep this in mind. So how we separate these 3 types of gown? So thinking like cocktail section, you may want to wear the same gown as the first march-in gown, or you can choose a dual gown, which during the cocktail section, you can remove the long train, and then during the dinner time, you can wear back the long train, and then for your grand march-in. Then the second gown will be during the middle of the dinner. So usually you will go and change your gown during the 3rd course, and then you will come back before the 5th course for your second march-in. Lastly is the after party dress. I think nowadays a lot of couples love to do after party. So you can plan for your after party dress and you can go and change the gown during dessert serving time. And this after party dress also can be your first dance gown as well. Remember that your venue also impacted the gown that you're going to select. Because imagine you are in the garden wedding or a beach wedding, we will advise you to select the gown material that's light and easy for you to walk, compared to the wedding venue is in the grand ballroom or a big event space. And also remember, always choose the gown that you feel comfortable and confident to walk with, because we don't want you feel stressed when you want to wear the gown during your first march-in and you not enjoy the entire moment. Regarding the bride and groom gown fitting, usually we will advise you firstly go with your family members or with your bridesmaid, because they are the ones who know you the best and they have known you for years and know the style that you love. Besides, the gown specialist will be very good experience to advise what type of gown was suitable you, as long as you provide them the wedding venue details. But if you need wedding planner help accompany you when your family members or your bridesmaid are not available, we always will be there and can accompany you for the appointment.
Questions 10. Recommendations for the best time to get latest bridal dresses. You can start sourcing for your wedding gown at least 6 months before the wedding, as long as you have decided the venue and date, so that you can check the availability and also whether the gown that you have picked suitable for the venue, decoration theme and the style of the bride. There are a lot of bridal gown shops in Klang Valley. Recommend to make appointment before you head to the shop for gown fitting. If you have your own wedding planner, you can get their recommendations too. If you are looking for bespoke gown, at least 10 months before the wedding date, you should get inspired of what gown you want, and 6 to 8 months before the wedding date, you need to communicate with the designer and start the production.
Question 11. What are the latest types of decor can be done other than a photo backdrop? I think nowadays, couple is very focused on the guest experience, and they will love to have a lot of activities can be interact with the guests and let the guests interact with them. That's why it's important to focus more on the activity booth. For example, we can have food or drink type of booth, and then we can ask decorator to customize the bar. If you are tropical weddings, then you can consider a fruit stores, or if you love to serve ice cream, then you can have a customized booth for your ice cream counter. Secondly, you also can let guests to experience the wedding gift kind of activity booth. For example, you can do a live painting, then you customize the booth to let the guests bring back the painting of themselves. Or there's a perfume bar, and as well as a tea leaf bar. So there's a lot of things that you can give away, and you can decorate the booth nicely and gel with your theme. If you love to have a cocktail bar, you even can create a very impressive kind of alcohol bar that you can let guests to choose his or her drinks or some customized cocktail that you have selected in the ballroom itself. So there's a lot of ideas we can use in the wedding beside the photo booth and as well as a video booth.
Question 12. How much alcohol I shall prepare for a wedding reception? First of all, you have to know whether your guest is beer drinker, wine, or liquor so that you can estimate better. For average drinker, we will advise 1 barrel, 80 glasses, and 3 liquors per table, and for wine is 1.5 bottles per table. Let's see some scenarios here. If you are having 15 tables of guests, we advise you to order 1 barrel of beer, 5 bottles of liquor, 22 to 23 bottles of wine. If you purely serving wine, we recommend you to order minimum 2 to 3 bottles per table. If you are planning to serve beer and wine during cocktail sessions, then you will need to order 1 more barrel of beer and also minimum 10 bottles of wine extra.
That's the end of our part 1 of FAQ video. For those who have questions, feel free to leave us comments and below. We will try our best to answer your queries.
Stay tuned for part 2. Special thanks to 1911 Beauty Studio for sponsoring the shooting venue. Beauty Studio provides services of 808 diode hair removal, eyebrow embroidery, eyelash lifting, eyebrow laser. Feel free to check out their Instagram over here.